Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Golden Generation. My name's Daniel and today we'll be facing York and Darlington in a Vanarama National League North. But first, since you were last with me, let's have a look at the few games we've played. We've been a sea of green at the moment. We've won every game since. Obviously you were with us for that comfortable Harrogate win on the first day of the season. We then battered Tamworth away 4-1 where Reece Turner got a hat-trick and one of the 7 Golden Generation players, Will Hargreaves, got his first goal. We then beat Nuneaton 1-0 with another Turner goal despite a red card early on in the game. And we've just beaten Gainsborough 3-1 a couple of days ago. Again it's Turner with the goals and Ross Douglas got his first for the club too. 2 tougher tests today though, so things may get a little bit more difficult. I'm not expecting to win both, but if we can get 4 points we'll be happy. So let's get straight into that game then. We are playing away from home against York, probably the favourites for the league if we hadn't had these 7 players in, and you can see they're still the bookies' favourites for it. So we're still going with the 4-4-2 diamond. It's a very similar team to when you were last with us, and we'll hope to continue our good form as a result. So we've got Thompson in goal, a back 4 of Harris, Tyler, Jackson and Jordan, Scott in the holding role, Hargreaves and Stevenson on the wings, and Warburton in behind Turner and Dale. The reason for that, Ross Douglas, if you can see at the bottom, is absolutely knackered, just 87% condition and very tired. So we'll leave him out just for this one. He'll still be in the top appearance makers for the season, don't worry. We're still controlling the games and playing with the same tactics, so let's get straight into this one. Warburton's obviously struggling for match sharpness. He hasn't started a game yet. He's come off the bench once for Douglas when he was tired, and other than that he hasn't really had a kick so far. Here we go then, York playing a much more standard 4-4-2. Don't know if that will cause us problems not having a central midfield. We haven't probably got that huge benefit in terms of advantage of quality as we have in other games. But there aren't quite so many people there, I recognise there now. So hopefully they're not quite as strong as I think they are. But we're a few minutes in, nothing's really happened yet, just one foul committed by York. We've had a bit more of the possession, which would suggest we are not going to worry too much about them having 2 in midfield. But hopefully we can start to build some attacks soon and get ourselves into the lead. We've had the only shot on target so far, but it obviously wasn't deemed worthy of a highlight, and 20 minutes in we can start to get a bit worried about not creating much again. But to be honest, this is probably the only game of the season that I wouldn't expect to win. Maybe away to Salford as well, a club that I don't particularly like much, and I'm sure they'll feature on the next episode where hopefully we can go and teach them a lesson too. If we go and have a look at what our assistant's been saying, he's telling us to play shorter passing, but then before that he was telling us to go more direct, so he obviously isn't sure either. York have had a few more of the shots, but 1 each on target. We remarkably haven't had a highlight yet, 40 minutes in, and we might get to half-time without one, which is a bit strange. But they are coming forward now, York. The first highlight we're going to get to see. They've gone for a long switch of play, but it's fallen to Harris, the right back. He plays to Hargreaves, and can we build a counter-attack with Warburton? He goes to Dale, one of the wonder kids. He's been challenged too easily, though. He's probably been the one disappointment so far, as they've gone for a long ball over the top, and Thompson saved it, but they got him far too easily there. As I was saying, the one disappointment probably has been Dale up front. I've not tried to play with 2 little men before, and it hasn't really worked. So he might change his role up before the next episode. But here York come through again as Hargreaves clears long, and now Warburton on the counter, but it comes to nothing as his touch is poor. And it's going to be half time with just 1 attack shown in the game, really. It's not been the best first half. Tepid is the description yet again. It's probably correct again as well, to be honest. But we'll go and get into the second half and see if we can do any better. We have got a few changes we can make on the bench. Jason Oswell's a good target man. No good advice to be taken there. But we can bring on that target man, which we have a few times when Dale's been disappointing. The one other conundrum I've had is Stevenson out on the left. He's been pretty poor as well. He is a natural left winger, but he's right-footed, and it just hasn't seemed to work out for him too much, to be honest. Got the words again, but we are coming towards the hour mark. We will look to make some subs soon, as York have another attack here. They're coming forward with Ferguson with the long ball up. It's cleared away by Jordan. Dale's won it in the air and finds Stevenson. Can we build an attack from here with Dale down the left? He gets the ball in towards Turner, and his shot saved, but the rebound's put in. And our first attacking highlight of the match has led to a goal. All that talk about Dale, we put in a wonderful cross for Turner, and at the second time of asking, he puts it in the back of the net. And if we can win this game, then we're certainly favourites for promotion, as York are by far the standout side on paper without us. Here we come again. York have got an attack building here with Correa. They're going back towards their own goal, which we like, but the long ball over the top has only found Jackson. He finds Jordan, one of the youth prospects, to Andy Scott, and Warburton now will try to bring it away, but he's going backwards all the way to the keeper, Thompson. And we're playing it out quite nicely there before a big long kick over, which is headed away by York. And it looks like they're going to counter-attack on us here with Nguesson. He finds Correa. He's going in down the right. A slide tackle gets nowhere. And a Sante's header. But the keeper, Thompson, makes a great save for us. And we manage to hold our 1-0 lead. But it is at the expense of a corner. Josh Law, a great player for this level. He's going to put it in. It's headed away. And it's a free kick, thankfully, for us. We are going to look at making a couple of subs now. Again, Stevenson's been the weakest link in the team. We haven't really got an option for him. Thomas can play on the left wing too, so we'll bring him on as well. Dale looks nervous, so we'll bring on Oswell and we'll put him as the target man. We try and hold the ball up a little bit up front. The only other two that are nervous are Scott and Jordan. I don't want to make a sub just yet, but I will shortly for the third one. Those two subs have been made, then it's a very even game. We probably don't deserve to be winning. It's even in terms of possession, and York will find themselves hard done by if they don't get a point out of this game. But we're coming forward with Warburton now. Hargreaves to Thomas on the edge of the box, but it's been cleared long, and Asante's lost out in the air, and Scott wins it back brilliantly. Jordan with the long diagonal ball, but it's headed away only to Scott again. He's put Turner in behind. He's had a shot, but it's saved by Bartlett. It is quite clear to me that despite the 7 new Golden Generation players, the key man for this team is going to be Reece Turner up front. And it just caught my eye there. Sorry, the sentence went halfway. The Stockport flags, or supposed Stockport flags in the corner, look very much like San Marino flags. It just caught my eye, having done the San Marino challenge before in this game. I will have a little look at that next time if we get another attacking highlight. But we are going to make our final change now. It's going to be Jimmy Jordan, who's very nervous at left back. We've got a direct replacement in Duxbury. I think he is a youth prospect, Duxbury, from before these 7 kids. He was one who was already at the club. So with 10 minutes to go, hopefully we can just hold out for what would be a really good result here. Maguire can we build an attack with Tyler there. He's gone long. It's headed away by Law to Warburton. He's given the ball away though, and they're coming on the counter-attack. I can build again here with Nguesson, but has he given it away? No, they've made it first again. Jackson's got the ball for us, but in a defensive position. Can he get rid of it? He's just hoofed it, but it's gone straight to them, and Lazarus finds Almond, and Thompson's basically parried it in. I know it was a powerful shot, and it was offside. We've got away with that one because the keeper made a bit of an error there. He's gone for the long kick from that set piece though, and Hargreaves will hoof it over the top. It's headed away. We don't look particularly threatening at the moment. Jackson heads away for us, but straight to Nguesson. And they're in again with Noble Lazarus. Bench riff into Lazarus again, and he has scored this time. And Thompson's been beaten at the near post. He hasn't covered himself in glory in this game. He's a good prospect, but he's made what I would say is a mistake there. It's not been highlighted in the game, so maybe I'm being harsh on him. But with a couple of minutes to go, they have equalised, and we look like we're just going to be holding out for a draw now. Duxbury with a long ball forward to Oswell, but it's blocked out by Parslow, who brings it forward. And Guesson to Newton, and York look the more dangerous towards the end here. Duxbury's got it in a left-back position, finds Jackson. Scott can bring it away. Can he show a bit of quality? He's gone long, and Turner's in one-on-one. Can he finish it? He can. We've nicked a winner late on. What a goal that is, and what a long ball over by the youth prospect Andy Scott. We don't deserve to win this game, and York have been all over us in the last 5 minutes since the goal, but we are going to nick it by the looks of things. But 5 minutes stoppage time, and we need to be careful to hold out. We've played them all now, and we're kicking it forward with Maguire, and there is the final whistle. We've nicked a very, very lucky win against York. We were a bit fortunate, but we'll take the result in what will surely be one of the hardest games of the season on paper. Reece Turner again with the 2 goals, and let's go and see what they've said about it. We're top with Salford, who, as I said, we'll play against in the next episode. I've made my feelings clear about them on the Honest Football podcast before, so I won't have a rant about them again on here. But what have they said about our performance? I'm guessing they'll say we were fortunate to win, but no, just that we've edged them out. But that suggests that a draw would have been a fair result. Reece Turner again, if we go and look at him with his 2 goals. He scored 10 goals in 5 league games. His pace is unbelievable, and he's a decent finisher with good composure as well at this level. So he's going to be an absolutely star man throughout the season. My only worry with him is that he's injury prone, and we have to watch out for that, because if we get an injury to him, with Dale's form at the moment, it might be a bit of a struggle for us. We've maintained our winning streak. That's 5 wins in a row for us, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes to play Darlington in our second of this doubleheader. Right, we're back for our second game of the day against Darlington at home. Another big club in terms of history and heritage in this league. I know they've been reformed, but they're still a big club at heart. They're stuck in mid-table at the moment after an average inconsistent start. But let's see if we can carry on our good form and get Stockport back where they belong into the National League at least. You'd argue they belong in the Football League, but if we can take the first step, that'll be the big one. Just the one change today with Douglas coming back in for Warburton. Now he's back to full fitness. He just needs that bit of rest. He can't do the 2 games in a week. So that means the lineup today is Thompson in goal, a back 4 of Harris, Tyler, Jackson and Jordan. Scott in a holding role, Hargreaves and Stevenson on the wings, and Douglas in behind, Turner and Dale. So let's get into this second live match then and see if we can carry on where we left off. Obviously we were quite fortunate to get the win against York, but hopefully at home we can start to dominate the game again like we have a few times already. Okay, so Darlington are doing something a bit funky with their 3 midfielders as well. They've got 2 holding midfielders, 1 standard central midfielder and then 2 attacking wingers. So something a bit different, but again we should be focusing on our own quality with what we have in the team. Let's get straight into it and see if we can take a bit of early dominance into this game. That highlight ends very quickly from the kickoff, and hopefully we won't have to wait 45 minutes for a highlight this time either. But 5 minutes in, nothing's happened. We've had 1 shot on goal, hasn't been worthy of a highlight, but here comes our first attack. Thompson with the goal kick, Hargreaves with a big flick on, but it's going straight to their fullback, is it? And they've gone long down the left-hand side. Harris should get there first, and back to Thompson, the keeper. Can we build another nice attack from the back with Andy Scott? He finds Dale. Dale with the ball over to Turner, who's in behind with his pace, but this time his finish is not there. That's really poor by his standards. We're not used to seeing that from him this season. He's scored almost every chance so far. But oh well, with 10 minutes gone, we have had a couple of chances. We have looked good getting in behind. But the only shot on target so far is for Darlington. And that in the corner is definitely a San Marino flag they've got there at the Stockport ground. I know it's got the little Stockport badge in the middle, but it looks like a San Marino. Oh, sorry about that. You haven't missed anything. Just skipped a few minutes of skipping highlights. Had the little cough back again, but we haven't missed any highlights or anything like that. Here come Darlington on the attack. We haven't seen any of their attacks yet, but it's given away to Stevenson, who can hopefully build it and bring it forward again. Hargreaves on the right-hand side, coming past halfway now. Can he get the right ball through? No, he's challenged by Mars, and they've gone over the top. They're in with Wally here, and they've put it wide. Arguably, Darlington have had the better chances so far, which is a bit of a concern. They probably should have hit the target with that one as well. We've got a bit of advice coming here, so let's see what that says. Shorter passing again. We're not going to worry about that just yet, just because those long balls over to Turner have worked as well. So we want to have that option in our arsenal if we can. Here we go then with an attacking piece. Hargreaves to Douglas, into Turner again with a lovely ball, and he's missed again. This hasn't been Turler's best game so far. He's been disappointing and wasted a couple of very good chances. And as we come towards half-time, we're going to have to settle for 0-0 by the looks of things. We haven't really dominated the game, so we can't have any complaints, to be fair. But we have had a couple of great chances with Turner. We have had the very edge of possession and adjusted 1 extra shot. But again, both teams have missed the target with very good opportunities. That is just about that then. So we've got some work to do in the second half. For the first time this season, Turner might be looking at a substitution because he's missed a couple of chances, and it gives Dale a chance in a poacher role as well, where maybe he can prove himself to be a star man. But this second half hasn't kicked off with any more excitement than the first. We're really worrying about our attacking play in this game. We've dominated every home game so far. I know Darlington are a bigger team on paper, but they haven't started too well in the league, so we would have expected to get a couple of goals ahead with the players we've got. But can we get one forward now with Hargreaves on the right? Hargreaves puts it through. Can Turner get there? No, he can't. It's headed away. But he's got a chance to build again with Harris. Scott to Hargreaves, who goes over. It does reach Turner this time. He's through on goal. And again, he's missed a good chance. It's been saved this time. At least he's hit the target. And it's a corner delivered by Hargreaves. It's headed away towards Douglas. Finds Andy Scott, but it's headed away again. And a long ball over to Caton. And they're on the counter-attack here. We have got men back quickly, thankfully. And the highlight ends with nothing happening. I tell you what, I'm going to take Turner off early here. 55 minutes played. We're going to put Dale in as the poacher and bring Oswell on as a target man. The idea being that we can get Dale in behind out wide. He can get the crosses in and Oswell will head in. I guess Dale, he hasn't scored as many goals this season, but he has been a bit of a sacrifice in terms of creating chances. Harris heads the ball away here to Scott, and can we finally build one? It's a long ball in, but it's too long and it's straight through to the keeper. Jackson heads away again though, and it looks like it's all Darlington this half. We've been really poor. Douglas wins it back to Jackson though, and can we build one finally? No. The clearance is straight at him every time, and we're not even going to worry now. Jordan's gone over the top. Dale has made this one. Can he get in behind? He shoots, but it's wide. It was probably a better effort than the two from Turner, but it's still wide and didn't test the keeper. And it's still 0-0 rather worryingly. Jackson with a big hoof over the top this time. Dale's going to flick onto it, but it's back to the keeper and cleared. I have been really impressed with the first 5 games we played here, but not this one. But Oswell is in this time. It's been forced wide and gets it across, but it's cleared away again, and Jordan will get a chance to bring it forward. Douglas, can he create a bit of magic into Dale on the right? He's challenged before he can get the ball in, but it deflects, and what a weird goal. I mean, we'll take it. It's gone down as an own goal. I thought it was Oswell, but their clearance deflected off our player. It's hit Oswell and deflected in off their centre half, and that is one of the strangest goals you'll see at this level. Very scrappy, don't deserve to be in the lead, but we'll take it because we haven't looked like scoring by any other means, to be honest. I was saying we have been really impressive in the first 5 games. I know it was an even game against York, but they're a very good side. The other 4 we were completely comfortable. As we come forward again with Stevenson, crosses into Oswell who heads just over. But that goal does seem to have given us a bit more confidence. We're creating a few more chances now. We've had the extra shot, the extra one on target, and just the extra percentage of possession. I wouldn't rule Darlington out just yet though, because they have had a few clear-cut chances in this game. Just they haven't had the quality up front to take advantage, which is the same you could say about us, to be fair. With 10 minutes to go, they've made their 3 changes. We're going to make our other 2. We'll see who we can bring on here. Again, Stevenson's been the weak man. We'll bring on Thomas for him. And at centre half, I don't want to make a change. They always tell you never mess with the defence, so we'll bring on Ball for the very nervous Andy Scott in the holding role. That'll be our 3 changes, and let's hope we can hold on. We haven't had to hold on many times this season, but this episode has become a story of holding on. Jackson brings it forward to Jordan. A long ball over, but it's headed away. Langford's been a magnet his head so far this game. But they're coming forward again. Maguire heads away with it straight to Scott. Trotman, he gives it away, and can Oswell get in behind now and get it beyond reasonable doubt. He gets it back to Douglas, into Dale, and Andrew Dale has come good. He scored a goal, assisted by Douglas, the wonder kid, and both of the young golden generation players were involved in that goal. We'll carry on with the changes. We haven't deserved to be winning this game by 2, but we are. We won't complain. The season looks like it's going to start with 6 straight wins. It's a really expected win, but it's not been done in the easiest fashion. We can think about going unbeaten this season, but Oswell's in again, and it's 3-0. It looks like Darlington have gone all-out attack for the last 10 minutes, and we've just taken advantage over the top. The keeper's let it in at his near post, but we've definitely not deserved to win by 3. We're more than happy with the result, not so much the performance. We can start to think about going unbeaten this season, having played our biggest fixture against York. I guess the Salford one will probably determine that a bit. But 6 wins out of 6, we can't complain. We are hoping to get promoted and get the trophy this season. As we said, the league's the priority. We might try in the FA Trophy as well, depending on the draw we get. And if things go really well with this challenge, we will carry on for a second season before FM19's out and see if we can take them into the Football League as well. Get Stockport back where they deserve to be as a club. Here we've got one final attack. The final whistle has been blown. It's 3-0. We've got the win we needed. It wasn't the best of performances, as with the York game. Not the best episode, to be honest, in terms of performances, but a comfortable 3-0 win, and that will surely keep us at the top of the league. I guess we just need to see what Salford have done. They've won as well. What was their result? They were 3-0 at home to North Therapy. So they're keeping on track with us, just 1 behind on goal difference. But hopefully we can build our lead at the top of the table as we go on through the season. Let's see what they've said about the game. It's completely fair. Look at that. 11 shots each, 50% possession each. It was just the cutting edge up front. Dale and Oswell with 2 good finishes towards the end after a really lucky goal. And that was really the only difference between the sides. Again, Douglas was the key man. He provided the assist certainly for the Dale goal with a lovely through ball. He's done that a couple of times this season, so we're very happy with him. Let's see what we've got coming up before we leave you. We haven't had any signings in, which we're hoping for one more on that left wing before we get back for our next game. Our next double header will be a bit further down. We're going to feature Salford in there. We'll probably have the Blyth game in as well. So we'll have Blyth at home and Salford away in the next episode, providing all things go to plan. But that is it from this one. If you have enjoyed it, please put a thumbs up on there. Subscribe to the channel below for new episodes from the Golden Generation every Saturday and Sunday, as well as our FM18 Head Coach series every Monday to Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.